up, Luau? That is.
What is going on, guys? Welcome in. Happy Sunday. Hopefully everyone's having a wonderful Sunday. Whatever it is, July something. Hello to Eric J's Music Promotions, Jeremy Knapp, and the Adventurous Joe. Pops with Purpose. What is going on? Back again, another live show for you guys. We'll talk a little bit of Funko, the Funko CEO. She's out of here. Big weekend in professional wrestling. Also, SDCC is coming up. Fun Days has just ended. And we have a brand new drop happening this Thursday. So, should be interesting. Yeah, huge week when it comes to WWE and AEW and NXT and Ring of Honor. It was a huge week. Huge week of stuff. But before we go in that, I always like to go to the place since the inception of this channel we always went to. For Funko Pops and collectibles, I'm talking about Ralphie's Funhouse. Go to Ralphie's, check them out. A lot of in-person items. That's super limited. Freddy Funko, Bloody Michael Myers. There you got a Shipwreck. Fun Days, Iron Man, even the little captain, $12.95 for the little mascot. You have Fun Days Experience. You have Labubu's. I mean, look at some of these things. I mean, this is super rare item right there. Super rare item. Some of these are out of stock. Some of them start in stock. A lot are out of stock. A lot are not in stock. What did I think of the Fun Days? I don't know. I guess you could say we'll see what they do next year, because remember, this was probably it was Cynthia Williams' idea to not do it at SDC to save money. Did it save money? We'll talk about that a little later. I don't think so. But, some stuff still available there for Ralphie's if you're looking for some pops. He's got Labubu's. Labubu's don't do Labubu anything for me, but if you want them, there's tons of them. I mean, here's Pop Mart Care Bears Colorful Hug Series figures. So a little bit of everything right there if you're looking for that. Little Stitch figures. Here's Funko. What do we got from Funko? Obviously, a lot of them. If you missed that on Toy Story and you can't get them, Ralphie's is your place. He's got you the hookup. There is the Sid, Freddy Funko is Sid, which I think is going to be an incredible Funko Pop when it hits. Still have some incredible Christmas items. I think a lot of people are going to regret not picking these bad boys up, and some other stuff throughout. So that's what he's got. People always say, is there still mystery boxes? There still are. They're just a little different. There's sodas. There's the Ralphie's grab bags. There's the guaranteed Freddy Funko mystery box. So this is a great mystery box if you're looking for a mystery box. $165 or $170 in guaranteed value. So an extra $25. So if you want a nice little $250 mystery box or $165 mystery box, pick them up. They are available on Ralphie's. Check him out. Curtis always does great stuff. And then you have the drop, which is just basically, they used to do it every Saturday. I don't really think he does that anymore, but you can hop on and see all the pops that are there. Some really good ones from OGs, like a Kenny Omega when you're talking AEW wrestling. Tons of Star Wars. How about Porg? Every time I think of Porg, I think of the Taco Man. Sean Ryan, Toys and Games. The Rock is there. Or no, that's not The Rock. Batista. You have Snake Eyes, G.I. Joe. So some great stuff. Please go check out Ralphie's Funhouse. Check him out. I know I appreciate it. He appreciates it. Always some really good stuff. Speaking of Fun Days and Ralphie's, I'll open this one up. I played in at-home boxes. If you guys are familiar, you'll see a video, 2 videos, I guess, eventually on those. But we did auction all of them off last Tuesday night on Whatnot. I got nothing left, but I think a Proto and a... what do I have left? I think a Proto and a Franny. That's all I got left. But I did want to pick one up for myself. I went to Smile World for this because I am a Voltron fan. I have the OG Voltron sitting right over here. When I say OG, I'm talking 1986 Lion Matchbox Voltron. I grew up with Voltron, love Voltron, and this is just the one I wanted to get. This was the show one. So the show had a black light, which doesn't do anything for me. It had this metallic. Again, what do you guys think? You like no stickering on the box? I don't know. But this was the metallic one, and that's just sort of how Voltron should be. So Freddy is Voltron. Very cool. I mean, not big. I mean, only 2,000 pieces. Only available at the event. Big shouts out to Jonathan over at Smile World. They had that one available, so I was able to pick that one up. Always fun. Always great. All right, let's see what else. So also, guys, let's pop into this one and talk about this weekend box office. Of course, last weekend was the big release of Jurassic World Rebirth. This week was Superman. And Superman dominated the screen, as you can see, $122 million. Does that mean DC is back? I don't know. But James Gunn definitely doing a nice job there. Jurassic World took a hit in second place, but still $232 million in 2 weeks. That's not bad. And then if you look at worldwide, already $500 million in 2 weeks for Jurassic World Rebirth. It is a movie that is just made to make money. However, I will tell you, this is my personal opinion. I sat through Jurassic World Rebirth. I honestly view it as probably one of the, if not the worst Jurassic Park films. Why? It doesn't reference any of the old ones in essence, really, and that I think they were told to do that. The last one wasn't great either, but what saved the last one is you had every character from those three, prequels or whatever. You had them all. You had that whole cast that sort of saved that movie. I didn't think that one was great, but you had everyone together to save it. This one, not even ScarJo can save it in my mind. I just thought it just was not good. The story wasn't good. Everything just was not a good film. It'll make money, not good. F1 dropping. I've heard great things about F1. Please go see it. 136 million. How to Train Your Dragon sitting at 239. 28 years later. 65, not bad. One that I would probably say, I mean, obviously we know Mission Impossible, Final Reckoning, not great, right? Not great. I think they were expecting for a lot bigger of a, but this one's the surprise here. Megan 2.0, 22 million. This one is just tanking big time. Not doing well at all. Hard to believe, right? Hard to believe. But yeah, not doing well is Megan. Maybe not the time of the year you want to bring it out. Maybe that's the thing. I don't know. But we'll see what happens. There is your box office and my quick and nasty review of Jurassic World Rebirth. Again, does not do much for me. Maybe you guys will like it. For me, the story lacked a lot. ScarJo just wasn't good to carry it. I just thought it was just tremendously underwhelming. And I didn't think I expected a lot either. So I don't know. We'll see Superman. And this is what I'll tell you about movie theaters, guys. There's certain ones like F1 and stuff. You go for that experience and, the IMAX experience, everything like that. I get it. But when you can, years ago before COVID, they didn't have things out within like 2 or 3 weeks that you could rent at home. I could sit at home, and I think we did this for Sinners a while ago. 3-4 weeks, maybe even less out of the theater. You're watching it for $20, right? I go to the movies, 4 people, 2 sodas, maybe 2 or 3 sodas, and 1 pretzel bite, and literally I'm 120 in. You know what I mean? Theater just not what it was many years ago. Just what it is. All right. So we talked about that. Let's talk about this one. The drop happening this coming Tuesday. It is Thundercats. Ho! Here we go. This is a big 80s license. I think it will do really well. I would be surprised if it doesn't sell out. 16,000 standard packs available, 13,000 premium. So a little different there, right? Will it not? I think it will. If you look at your physicals, now granted, I think these are OG originals, but you got your Ghost Jaga. That's your Grail, glow in the dark. Here's your Robert Bill. Cool one. It's flocked. Obviously, that's what's going to be flocked on him. Kind of cool. I kind of remember Robert Bill. Kind of. Pumira, I do remember her. You know, people were going to say, we're the big characters. You got to remember they did do these big characters already. I would have redone them. That's me, but okay. So cool one there. And there you have a Slithy. I remember him. Don't remember the name, but there it is. And the one I'm sure everyone is going to want, Freddy Funko as Lion-O. It should be metallic because it sure looks metallic to me. But, you know, what are you going to do? But there it is, the royalty, Freddy Funko Lion-O. It looks cool. I think they do really well. I think they will sell out. I could be wrong, but I do think they are. There's a lot of people that love this. This is a lot of the people that are in their, you know, mid 40s, early 50s. Remember this as a kid, Thundercats. So big shouts out to James from Pop Couple. I know he's a huge Thundercats person. Be really cool if they ever remade the toys and stuff, but I think it's going to do well. Is it going to sell out? I think it will. I really do. I really think it will sell out. It's got a great shot to sell out. Hopefully it does. Hopefully it does. All right, another unboxing. Speaking of designer toys, this one came in. If you're not familiar with Mischief Toys, so Mischief Toys, always really great. Let's see if I can get the card. So Mischief Toys always does great. They also have this group called the Coven of Mischief. You get sometimes special buying privileges. You could buy early, you get coins, everything. But there it is. Welcome to the Coven of Mischief. You get a little bag because what they do is they send you a coin every year. This is my 3rd year joining. Send you a little holder. 3rd year, every year I do it. This is probably one of the neatest coins, right? But there it is. So if you have this coin and you see them at NYCC or an event, you can show them the coin and you get something special. But very, very cool. Again, I don't always buy the Ghastlies and everything like I used to. But certain ones at certain times, I do. And it's nice. It's a way, I think, to support them. Get a nice little package for joining the Coven. So I still did it. There we go. I think, do I have anything? I do have something from them as well. Mischief Toys. I can't remember what this is. Again, like I said, I don't do them all. That's just me. But we have that one. That's a Mortem. There you can see Mortem there. We got a very limited pin. The Creator. We got a pin with this one. I think this is like a glow-in-the-dark Mortem. Creator sticker. And then we got Mortem, which is a bigger figure. I want to say Mortem debuted in, I want to say it was like last fall. So there it is, 275 pieces, glow-in-the-dark Mortem. You can read a little bit about Mortem there. Great figure. I like Mortem. And here we go. Nice little glow-in-the-dark Mortem. Pretty cool. I like it. Again, I don't play in all of them. In fact, I'd probably tell you I don't play in most. But there are a few that I do. I like Mortem too. And this was a limited pin that they had a few extras of. What I do is I keep all the pins and stickers in their sticker book. That's just how I do it. So, FYI to that one. Let's see what else I have. Another little package. I can't. I do like wrestling figures. I collect wrestling figures. So this is a Chaos Wrestling Figures. This is a belt. So a lot of people make belts for these figures. This one was just one. I needed to get a hardcore one. How many people make a hardcore one? And he makes a hardcore belt, which I think is really, really cool. Like OG hardcore belt. So I had to pick one of those up. Very cool. Let's see what else I have. Talk Thundercats. So next one we have, I'll do another little unboxing. This is from Zobi. This is their bi-monthly pin. I think it was like Haunt was like what it was. That's a cool one. So we have a very nicely detailed collectible pin from Psycho. Christian Bale, Psycho, very, very cool. Right? They don't number these, I don't think. Would have been cool if they number them, but I don't think that they do. Unless it's on the pin, but I'm not going to open it to find out because obviously for me, not going to be a keeper item, but great enamel pin. This is their bi-monthly enamel pin. I think it's mostly all horror, and it's like $10. So I've always joined in with Zobi. Gotta love Zobi. They're a lot of fun. So great way of doing it. Speaking of horror, we did get a case of these little mystery minis. I think I'll open one or two of them up. I think these are pretty new. I think I ordered 12 and they sent me the case, but here you go for people that love the horror. You got Chucky. I forget that one next to it. There you got Megan. There's the Grabber. Bride of Chucky. No Way Out, I think, are the other ones. Dracula, Wolfman. So some cool ones. You know, a little bit of everything on this one. See what we can come up with. Again, always love mystery minis. You just don't see a lot of them anymore. Little bag. Let's see what we get. I think I'll open two of them. Oh, that's a cool one. We were talking about her a little while ago. You get Megan. You know, I think the first Megan did a lot better. So Megan is a 1 in 6, so that's a standard one. We'll open one more up for you guys, see what we get. I like Megan. Megan's cool. The first movie wasn't bad. My daughter went to the second one and said it was good. So, just not doing well in the box office. I'm sure it'll be available to stream in another week or two. All right, let's see what we get with this one. This one, I can't remember what the movie is. It's a 1 in 12. I don't remember. Someone could chime in what movie this is from. It's a movie I haven't seen. I can tell you that. I don't remember what movie it's from. Someone could help out on that one. Oh, why not? Let's open one more. I'm in an opening mood, and I have a whole case of these things. And I haven't made a video on opening mystery minis in a very, very long time. So it could. I think that's from Us. There's Get Out, Universal Monsters, Chucky, Megan, Black Phone. Those are the movies, so that's got to be Us. So, Us. I've never seen Us. Auntie Audie saying Megan was better. Are we talking Megan versus Megan 2 on the audio, or are you saying the figure's better? And here we go. I think this is another 1 in 6, but still, it's a classic one. There is Chucky. There he is. I love it. So a little us, Megan, and Chucky to open up. Not bad. The figure, yeah, if you look at him, I mean, I'll give it to him. It's detailed, but Megan's cool. I like Megan. Good movie, too. All right, let's get into this one. Let's talk a little about this Funko news that happened this past week. Funko CEO Cynthia Williams has been replaced after just 14 months in the role, following a tumultuous few months in which the toy-making giant posted a net loss in Q1 of $27.6 million in the first quarter. $27.6 million lost. In its most recent guidance, the company cited macroeconomic factors, including tariffs, as causes for stunted revenue. They announced Williams, who was hired in May of 2024 after serving as president of Wizards of the Coast and Hasbro Gaming, would be replaced by board member Michael Lunsford in the interim. And Michael Lunsford did play interim CEO years before as well. So, Funko shares were down sharply on the news from $4.94 at market open on Monday morning to $4.35 at close. Shares declined more than 50% during Williams' tenure. So, yeah. Well, I would say not really a surprise. Tariffs and everything, I think, hit hard. But $27.6 million, that is a huge loss. And you got to remember, guys, when someone takes over as the CEO, their predecessors, I mean, the plans are sometimes set a year in advance, 6 months in advance. So was she able to really change a lot? I don't know. Obviously, she made the call, I'm sure, on SDCC to have it fun days and do their own event. Yeah, I don't know, but I think she wasn't given a great opportunity just because there's so much in play from the predecessors that you're almost playing with their playbook for a certain amount of time till you could run yours. And now she might have stuff in place that someone else is going to run hers. Hello, obsessed with horror. So, is it the right move, the wrong move? I don't know. It's hard to say what her decisions were. Were these new Funko limited ideas her idea? Yeah, I don't know. And you're seeing a lot of problems when it comes to drop. I mean, people don't remember that. It definitely costs money to remake these items, and they've had to remake last week's Funko Halloween had to be remade. Stranger Things had to be remade. And there's one that just came out again that had to be remade as well. So you're losing a lot of money there, and tariffs back and forth, and damage. I don't think people were buying the way they used to. So I think it's a little bit of everything. They're definitely affecting Funko and in this decision. And I think they did great last year. But this year, I mean, $27.6 million is just really, really bad. Really bad. Can only blame tariffs and stuff like that for just so long. Just so long. That's all you can do. All right. I have what I think will be our last unboxing of the evening. This is, and we'll talk a little wrestling later on. But it was a big week in AEW. And I figure we'll open up the AEW All Elite Crate. This comes to you from Pro Wrestling Tees, Pro Wrestling Crate. I think you can buy it on AEW, but that is actually run by Pro Wrestling Tees for people that don't know that. This is a quarterly box. It only comes out once a quarter. So I think this is the second one for this year. This is the All Out 2025 crate. So there it is. Obviously, it's very similar to what you see every place else. You have a Swerve's House t-shirt. I won't unfold it, but there's Whose House? Swerve's House T. Nice. You have still your AEW Women's Champion, Timeless Tony Storm. Really nice t-shirt there. You got a Bruv Heat On patch for Will Ospreay. You got some Harley Cameron friendship beads. We've got I'm assuming this may be the Death Riders or something like that. I'm not sure. Got a little pin there. We've got a guitar. The Last Outlaw Jeff Jarrett. I'm not sure why you put this in an all-out box, but okay. We then have a Chris Statlander Micro Brawler. We got an all-out Magnet. And then now this could be also referencing All Out last year as well. We have the autographed 8x10. And overall, I mean, you're seeing a really nice thing. And here it is. Your autographed 8x10. So overall, pretty nice stuff, right? We'll go through it all in a minute. But here you go, so you guys can see it all. Whose House, Leopard Swerve Strickland t-shirt, the Timeless Tony Storm t-shirt, Chris Statlander Micro Brawler, the Will Ospreay Bruv patch, Hangman vs. Swerve All Out 2024 Magnet, your Matt Tavern autographed 8x10, your Hounds of Hell lapel pin, Jeff Jarrett mini guitar, and Harley Cameron bracelet. There it is. Nice AEW box. Again, this is just quarterly. And I think Pro Wrestling Crate, they actually don't even do theirs every month. I think they're a every 2-month box now. So obviously things change. It happens. What are you going to do? And I guess we could talk a little bit of WWE. Obviously, we'll start Saturday night's main event. Goldberg's last match. Ho hum. And really nothing special on it. Seth Rollins got hurt. I think people realize that was not a work, that is the truth. Was he going to cash in last night? Unknown. We don't know. The severity of the injury, I don't think is known either. So a lot of things up in the air for WWE as far as that one goes. We'll just have to wait and see what happens. I don't know. Tough to have a knee injury. You hope for the best. But pretty much boring. Saturday night's main event, honestly, I think the Goldberg match was tremendously ho-hum. Was the plans changed because of Rollins' injury? Who knows? But, Goldberg's done. Last match. Gunther's still your world champion. Nothing really else to truly report as far as that goes. You had NXT put on a good show last night. You also had AEW, All Out Texas. 3:00. You had death matches and women's champions. I think it was a great pay-per-view, right? I think it really truly was. You had finally Jon Moxley loses. Finally, the AEW title after months and months and months comes out of the briefcase, and I think they had no alternative but to put the belt on Hangman, being that it's in Texas. I would personally much have rather see Ospreay, but they're going back to London next year. Is that when you have Ospreay win a championship, which he should win? I don't know. I think you wrote off the Young Bucks for a little while with them losing because they have a different schedule contract. I thought the Mercedes Moné match was great. First loss. Athena winning. Maybe she's going from Ring of Honor and going to get into more of the main roster of AEW. I think it was a good pay-per-view and the best so far. And then obviously tonight is Evolution. Let me see if I can get you an update on the women's Evolution. So let's see. So you had Becky Lynch retaining the women's IC championship. Obviously, not really much of a surprise there. Jordan Grace, though, losing to Jane as Monroe changed on. So, I would have put the belt on Jordan Grace. That was what I would do. I think that's a loss. Rodriguez Perez still maintained the women's championship. Not a surprise there. Setting up a future story, I'm sure, with Liv when she comes back. Tiffany Stratton beats Trish Stratus. Again, no surprise there. Jade Cargill beats Naomi. Kind of, I would have had Naomi win that one, honestly, but, more to come on that. I guess you don't want to have Jade headed into a title match at SummerSlam, which is not too many weeks away. Remember SummerSlam, the beginning of August. And then you had the Battle Royal. Stephanie Vakir won by last eliminating the Legends. So Stephanie Vakir won the Battle Royal, and not so much surprise there. And then we'll see. What do you do? What do you do with Mommy? Do you put Rhea, give her the belt back? I don't know. So big weekend in wrestling. We'll see what happens. And then let's get into this one. Sort of our last topic is 6-scale collecting. What is new? So right off the bat, for those of you who loved The Last of Us, here you go. A Joe Miller, Pedro Pascal head sculpt, rolling eyeball features, backpack, light, flashlight. Looks really, really good. Now, I don't know if this is, you have weatherness on the gun. Look at the duct tape on the backpack. I just think for overall, it's a fabulous figure. Is it a figure I'm going to pick up? Yeah, I don't know. I'd probably say no. But again, if you love it, there you go. Obviously, it looks like it's an LED function on the flashlight, but they're not coming out and saying that. But there you go. I mean, it's a cool figure. Very cool figure. Next year, it will be out. Superman and Crypto. So you got to choose between Hot Toys and InArt when it comes to Superman. You have Sassine 10. I don't remember that, but okay. Peter Parker Last Stand suit on waitlist. There's the James Bond. There is a new James Bond. It's just not for sale yet. But if you're looking for James Bond, there's the suit version of James Bond. They also have a damaged version of James Bond. I personally don't like the suit. I think it looks like shit. But maybe by the time it comes out, it will not. So that's pretty much what's out there with items. Still have the Darth Vader Deluxe still available. Some stuff hitting wait lists, other stuff not. Still can get these great K2SO, Cassian Andor. Still waiting on the Deadpool battling version to arrive here in the States. There you got Blade, Mr. Freeze. So still some great stuff in the 6-scale collecting, still available. Just gotta wait and check it out. And on that note, I want to say thank you to the patrons and channel members. I truly do appreciate you. Here is your video. And we're back. So now, guys, it is part of the show where we've done unboxings, we've done collectible talk, movies, we've talked about it all. I throw it over to you guys. Anything you want to talk about, ask, concerns, comments, questions. The floor is yours. And I think we will do one giveaway as well. So we will do a giveaway. We'll do a special little prize pack. Any plans for the summer? No, it's been a busy summer. It has been a busy summer. My wife switched jobs, so that kind of, right around the same time you start booking vacations and stuff like that. So it was like I didn't know what was going to go on with her, with time off, etc. It kind of really put a hamper on this summer. We normally do the beach, and they want to do something different, but then to plan it, you just don't know what's going on. From vacation to a new job to maybe she didn't find another job and all that kind of stuff. Way too many stuff to worry about. So, amusement parks. We just went to an opera house near us yesterday and watched Cats. My little one has camp, and there's a dance thing coming up. So a little bit of everything. And for me, it's just waiting until football and September starts. Honestly, school starts for us, I think, the 25th of August, 22nd of August. So we're not too far away. Not too far away. What do I think about the new wave of WWE? They're cool. They're cool. I mean, a couple great ones would be awesome to be autographed. Obviously, a lot harder to do WWE autographs this day because Fanatics owns it all. So it's not like Dark Parlor can get WWE guys like they could before. It sits with Fanatics. It's harder, so it's a lot harder to get it. But I think there's some cool ones, definitely. We'll see. Ooh, any superhero villain movie you wish they would make, and who would play them? That's a tough one. Obviously they're doing a Doctor Doom. I'm curious to see how that story pans out. Obviously, we have to wait a year or so for that. I don't know. I mean, Magneto would be a great movie to make. Um, I don't know. That's a tough one. That is a tough one. Go Seahawks. Ginger Power with Sam. Let's hope. Let's hope Sam Darnold was not a flash in the pan 1 year wonder for you guys. Let's hope. You just never know. You just never know. But yeah, I think a lot of people waiting for football to get back. So obviously, I think from my understanding is because Funko has a deal with WWE, they don't let anyone else in. So that's why there is no AEW, there is no Ring of Honor, there is no TNA, ECW, or they own ECW, right? So I don't know why they don't, but you just never know. It's WWE. As we speak, you have Io Sky and Ripley really battling it hard. Curious to see what they do. You know what I mean? I mean, you haven't done much with Io Sky since she's been the champ. A great defense at WrestleMania, but what has she done since then? And does Rhea really need a belt? I don't think so. So interesting to see how we will do. He does look good in camp. I mean, you don't have you lose some weapons, I think, with him. We'll see what he does. I think we'll see what he does. I don't think he has the year he did last year, but I also don't think he's going to be a bust either. So that's my take on Darnold. But, he had some cool weapons, right? In Jigba, right? He had some cool weapons. And Io Sky just knocked out the ref. So this is a perfect opportunity for someone to come. And here goes the Riptide. But there's no referee. There's 1, 2, 3. Doesn't matter. So I have the feeling that Ripley's not going to win this one. What are you going to do? Anyway, let's do a giveaway. Let's see. We'll do it first person in the chat that I see. Here we go. You would have had to have been watching early on. What? Let me know what type. What Voltron did I get? Freddy Funko Voltron. Which one did I open up? First one to say it wins. Who's going to win it? Glitter. I did not. It is not the glitter one. Nope. It is not the glitter. There it is. Bosco Pops with metallic. All right, Bosco Pops, message me on Instagram, and I will send you out a nice little Luau prize package to you. And on that note, guys, I'm going to bid you adieu for the evening. Thank you for coming to join me. I truly do appreciate it. Peace to Quick Draw McGraw. Be well, be safe. Have a wonderful, safe rest of your week. And we will do another Luau show towards the end of July. Catch me then. Also, catch Whatnots Sunday afternoons and enjoy the videos throughout the week. Be well, be safe. Nanu nanu.